What's good, y'all? This is your boy Black G92. Now, like I mentioned yesterday, today, and probably later on tonight, who knows how like later on today may go on. But since it is Christmas Eve and all that good stuff. By the way, happy Christmas Eve to everybody that's gonna be watching this reaction video. And by the way, I might do like one, maybe like two reactions. Hopefully, I plan on just cranking them junks out, like, and do another one for Christmas Day. So stay tuned, and let me know in the comment section what y'all got planned and doing for this holiday season, amongst all the crazy shit that's been going on for as far as the pandemic is concerned, and the ending, whole conclusion of this election season. Like, thank God it's about over, but we still got to deal with the fucking runoff election. They keep on pulling these ads every time I look around. But goddamn, it seemed like the last few reactions, before I even start my reactions, I just vent on this whole political landscape for some reason. Maybe because I haven't had a chance to say too much out when I'm at work, but here I just go off. But anyway, I'm going to react to this song / music video that came out, I believe, 2 or 3 days ago. It's titled daMaskus. And I guess it's a reference to daMaskus, I guess. And obviously, mask reference to how people want to wear the mask, are being told to wear a mask to prevent from catching the COVID, which I think is a smart thing to do if that's your personal choice and if the store you go to forces that rule. But I don't trust politicians trying to make it mandatory, because even with everyone wearing masks, people still dying. Something is not adding up. Anyway, this is a reaction request from one of my subscribers. Shout out to you, and I'm going to go ahead and see what this music video, like the visuals looking like, and the song sound like. About 3, 2, 1. I guess that's the music video director.
Hey, I wish you stop and do what's right. You're such a crybaby. Yeah, it's just the constitutional rights getting violated. That's just a piece of paper. Our lives are more important. That piece of paper represents the lives of die.
Hold up. Damn. I had to see. Hold up. I wonder where you're going with this one. It seems like it's almost like December. A little conversation, not just between Mesus and like the average American. Like, that's all about lockdown and mask type shit. Let me go ahead and see. Well, more so daMaskus.
Hey, I wish you stop and do what's right. You're such a crybaby. Yeah, it's just the constitutional rights getting violated. That's just a piece of paper. Our lives are more important. That piece of paper represents the lives that died for it. You want to talk?
Damn, already. Already starting with a debate right here. Like, saying, basically, songs like, hold on, let me go ahead and play it back real quick.
The constitutional rights getting violated. That's just a piece of paper. Our lives are more important. That piece of paper.
Our lives are more important than the Constitution. Interesting bar right there. Because that way people are acting out nowadays, like especially the past few months, as far as like trying with that type of crowd telling everyone else to put on a mask against their own like this will and shit, like, especially backed by certain politicians that's pushing the mandatory. Oh yeah, that's what it's starting to sound like. Damn, it's something to really think about. Like, it's saying how it's just a piece of paper, then when those same laws are made to protect us, you know what I mean? So, damn, another thing to think about. And people have died putting it together. They weren't perfect by no means, but nonetheless, it's there to make sure every last person, regardless of color and creed, class, and orientation, is like protected and treated equally under that law. May not have been perfect, but I mean, there's a reason it was made.
Since the lives that died for it. You want to talk about that? A million worldwide. But you selfish, you want to make this all about your rise. You ride a million worldwide, that's why I ain't panic. That's 1% or 1%, I think I'll take my chances. Not with my life you won't. Miss me with life's value while you agree with abortion, saying they should be allowed to. That's totally different. Wow, that's pretty damn convenient. Guess life has sanctity now unless it's inconvenient. Why they keep calling it quarantine? We ain't even sick.
Damn. I already bring up some very interesting questions right there as far as the abortions and everything. I was like, now I'm not gonna get too deep of that. Maybe for another video because it's gonna probably take a long ass time to even speak on it. But at the end of the day, when it comes to things like that, it's pretty much up to that one individual, like how they want to deal with it. Like if you're pro life, that's you. If you're pro choice, that's you. I mean, you can't just go. And at the same time, just because you may be pro choice doesn't mean just shame people that may be pro life. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we're people. But anywho, like I like that one line you mentioned about quarantine when there's people that ain't really sick like that. Good point. Good point. Very solid point. Very solid point indeed. Because based on how like the government handled like the whole outbreak, it was abysmal at best. Both sides have dropped the ball.
Keep it real, this martial law that we agreeing with. COVID's a Trojan horse. If we don't go to war for our rights, then I can assure you they'll just keep taking more. Sure. You act like Nazi Germany never happened and they ain't tracking every single action. Oh well, welcome to the new normal. Comply, I'm a snitch. But you look past broken glass and throwing piles of bricks.
Woo. Damn. Talk your shit, Mesus. And like, oh, dude, the other voice said Mesus was taking on, like, as far as comply or I'll snitch. Dang, very accurate depiction of those pro lockdown folks. And the pro lockdown folks says, I guarantee a lot of them think this way. I haven't ran across none of them in my personal life, but the internet, social media, and I'm quite sure if I was to look into certain platforms, I probably will run across those people. But I haven't personally ran across those yet, but I only heard about them in certain like YouTube platforms. And I like how Mises brings up like the whole thing, how Nazi Germany started, as far as like whole fear and shit like that. Hold on, let me play it back.
Oh, sure. You act like Nazi Germany never happened and they ain't tracking every single action. Oh well, welcome to the new normal. Comply, I'm a snitch. But you look past broken glass and throwing piles of bricks.
Woo! Damn. Look past the glass. Like the whole reference the whole phrase of don't rock to the glass house because it might reveal something you don't want to reveal. Good point.
Just 6 feet apart, just social distancing. Just seeing who is smart, who gets into conditioning. It's just safer at home, just invading our homes. It's just a couple weeks, that's what they said 8 months ago. Gotta flatten the curve, any doctors and nurses that disagree, hurry quickly, we gotta ban it worse. Such a jerk, can't you see these hospitals are overrun? No, but since there's so many of them, why don't you show me one? It's for the greater good. I'm the bad guy, right? Tell me what good clothes and businesses does for families' lives. Call me a granny killer. I'm just using the backbone that my grandpa gave me to fight to make sure this land is still here. When I become a grandpa, so quit saying I'm careless. Quit trying to shame me, I promise you I won't feel embarrassed. Promise you I don't care if I gotta die from this. You think this is a song dead wrong? I put my life in this. I stand with we the people, cause we can see the evil. Hey politicians, listen up, you need us, we don't need you. Freedom.
Let them know for real, because them politicians, like for the most part, they definitely need those. The way they pushing these votes, especially with these two candidates for this wrongful election, they definitely need the vote, all the votes they can get. And we don't necessarily need them to have every say so in our lives. This protect our rights and everything else. Make sure we all treat equally and have access to the same opportunities. Now we may have the same outcomes, but same amount of opportunities and all that good shit, and just fall back. That's just how I look at it, for real. Yeah. And also, I have to mention that one line you mentioned about like you act like Nazi Germany never happened. Definitely, like bring up the. I guess more so a reference to how people forget how certain tragedies happen in history with when they comply to whoever's in power, whether it's like someone that's pushing for fascism or maybe like a top-down socialist regime. Like that was very relevant because the way it's been going on this past, like not even like this year, not even just this year alone, but like the past 3 years, man. Just like just folks be also devices pushing for one like totalitarian government. It's kind of scary when you think about it. How people are so comfortable just like pushing for that type of shit and not knowing how it turned out over in not only Nazi Germany but also Soviet Russia.
I I am free to live as my God intended. New chains of slavery are mask, but I will not accept it. It's just a mask. Why is that so hard? Is that too much to ask? And you say you believe in God? It's pretty funny cause I can't see it. You making me lose faith in him and humanity. You such a drama queen saying you can't breathe. So what's your plan B? Take it off and then you really can't breathe. Not to mention all the people that you put in danger. I thought your precious savior told you you should love your neighbor. Guess you never understand, huh? Think you taking stands, huh? Conspiracy theories, nobody take you serious. It's kinda sad, bro. I used to love your music, but your views are stupid, so you lost another fan from.
Okay. Duke on. I mean, that's just going at Mesus. Like, damn, he bringing up some bringing up something to really think about. Not something that can just be just, of course, not completely just brushed off. Because at the end of the day, everyone's entitled to how they feel, but at the same time, if it's just this at the same time illustrates like how just short-sighted and just biased that person is. You know what I mean? Because he has just a mask, but at the same time, you can't just go in someone's face and tell them to wear it they don't want to wear it. Like, because at the end of the day, we all have our own lives to live, and everyone's body is different, and not every state is negatively affected the same as this state or that state over. Let me go and play it back. That sounded great, even though dude's like this hella one-sided shit. Well, more so, Mesus rapping from that perspective. Mesus rapping over.
Pretty funny cause I can't see it. You making me lose faith in him and humanity. You such a drama queen saying you can't breathe. So what's your plan B? Take it off and then you really can't breathe. Not to mention all the people that you put in danger. I thought your precious savior told you should love your neighbor. Guess you never understand, huh? Think you taking stands, huh? Conspiracy theories, nobody take you serious. It's kinda sad, bro. I used to love your music, but your views are stupid, so you lost another fan from.
And I like how he just brought up the whole fans and like lost me with your views or whatever. And because definitely not only just like people that are just all about pro lockdown, but also people that may have been fans of Mesus probably disagree with some of his viewpoints and songs they made the past few months, whatever, during the protests and the election season, more so the height of all that shit that was going on. But like, and also, well, very, very accurate, because I had no idea that there was folks out there that just like stop listening to him based on that alone. When at the end of the day, you don't. It's not to say that automatically disagree with your favorite artist's like message or whatever, but you should at least like it shouldn't be that like unless it's a threat to your life or just pushing for outright fascism some shit. Then you shouldn't just just cancel or just be done with the person. But at the end of the day, people got their own tolerance of what they want to hear. And interesting how dude on the opposite side is talking about like that God say love thy neighbor, but in the last few stanzas and bars, it seems like he's going against the whole idea of that by just dismissing the person that's not caught up in the whole panic mode of how people felt about the COVID and shit, and not necessarily buying into what like the White House is saying and like the local government is saying, because a lot of people lost jobs and shit because of it. And like I said before, every last person that was in that White House done dropped the ball. Every last official has dropped the ball. And even like candidates have dropped the ball as far as what they was pushing for. Because all the jobs been lost, people freaking broke, and I mean came for their families amongst other shit. Crazy. And if the pro lockdown folks want to so-called are bent out of shape by someone that may not be on their side, whatever, then they should look at themselves as far as to love thy neighbor instead of missing what they're saying is conspiracy theories. Some of that shit be true. Some of that shit, some of the other shit that may not be like super on lockdowns and shit may bring some like truth to it. Maybe some truth to it.
If you even care, though, apparently no. Apparently the dose the only thing you have. COVID took my grandma, but do you care? No. Karma's suggest you be more careful. It's just a mess today, just a shot tomorrow. So be a man today, a robot tomorrow. You better stand today, for we ain't got tomorrow. The end is getting nearer, time we living on is borrowed. But not because of virus, because we're letting tyrants run our lives, and any resistance is getting silenced. You say I'm acting childish. I know you so much smarter. I know you went to college. Believe everything they taught you. I'm educated too. Went to a different school. The school of hard knocks. Show you what these bitches can do. Keep listening to the news. Thinking it makes you woke. I think it makes you confusing. This whole thing is a joke. Except it ain't.
Let them know, Mesus. Let them know. And I like that bar where he's talking about, like, think he's. Hold on, let me go ahead and play it back again. And by the way, RP to those that lost their loved ones to it, because it is serious, though. There's no way in denouncing how serious it is. There's more so how we handle it and how we proceed.
Believe everything they taught you. I'm educated. Cause we're letting tyrants run our lives and any resistance is getting silenced. You say I'm acting childish. I know you so much smarter. I know you went to college. Believe everything they taught you. I'm educated too. Went to a different school. The school of hard knocks. Show you what these bitches can do. Keep listening to the news. Thinking it makes you woke. I think it makes you confusing. This whole thing is a joke.
Ooh, let them know, Mesus. Let them know. And that's all you mentioned. He's like, believe everything they taught you in them colleges. That's very true, because there's a lot of I forgot who made that quote, but it says something about educated idiots, because it's definitely a lot of those idiots that have degrees that still get finessed, not just by government officials, but average everyday folks that don't have a diploma to their name. They still get finessed by those people. Let you know that common sense is exactly common, regardless of your education level. So, always paid to have both books and street smarts.
It ain't funny, all the rights they taking from me. Can't even take my family to park, some days it's sunny. Can't even eat inside, but you could build a building next to the building and eating that and everything's alright. My wife can't do no nails, but liquor stores are open. Can't get a workout in, but you can get a portion. Honestly, I don't know what bothers me more, the hypocrisy or that you ignore. 99% recovery rate, but hey, let's shut down the states and blame Trump, cause it sucks. He said America's great. Swear I hate all these narratives pumping fear in our kids. Most of y'all are dead already, cause you scared of death to live.
Damn. Oh, it was a 2-part video. Okay. Damn, dude said a mouthful right there for sure. At that last few fast few bars, man, and shit. And that part is true as far as 99%, I think 98, 99. They keep on changing up like the whole survival rate. It's just madness. I didn't necessarily stop following that much, but I still follow news related to COVID, but I just take everything I hear with a grain of salt. But that whole statistic of 90-some%, that part is true, but of course millions of people have died, so RP to all of them. It's very serious, absolutely. More so how we handle it. That's just what it is. Instead of just point fingers at one person, like at one person, IG Trump, or whoever it is, not IG, but for example, Trump. And granted, he's divisive, whatever, for different reasons, but he ain't just the only person that dropped the ball as well. Every last person has did a abysmal job at handling this shit. You know what I mean? And whatchamacallit? Fuck. I'm going to play that shit back. Which I done then delete the screenshot.
But hey, let's shut down the states and blame Trump, cause it sucks. He said America's great. Swear I hate all these narratives pumping fear in our kids. Most of y'all are dead already, cause you scared of death to live.
And I've seen a lot of memes talking about that. As far as like, don't get so caught, don't get so scared to live because of the whole pandemic. But you know, guessing that whole fear just overtooking those few memes early on when it said it was like 2 weeks, this month, that month, when it's dying down during May, and then brought back up during the middle of late summer. So that's what it seemed like it's going on. You know what I mean? So, and that was Mesus daMaskus. Very clever, very insightful. I like the whole like back and forth between the two people. Each one brought their own set of like opinions and such to the discussion. And definitely some I may have to give it another listen again, because I guarantee it's probably a few lines that just to give it another listen to shit. And it ain't something that you just take all in one sitting. It's definitely something that's meant to spark a bigger conversation based on the presentation of the song. And I like in the instrumental matched the song perfectly, and the visuals on point. And the second person that was in that, he may have been the music video director or the person with the mask and shit. By the way, if either case, good job at the guest actor for like portraying one side and everything else bringing up his point of view, and Mesus bring his point of view, which they both said some truths in there, but you know what I mean? The other person seemed like this very kind of come off one sided. Mesus is like trying to get him to like this thing about like this. Okay, I mean, and I like how he didn't disrespect the person's dead deceased grandmother, because deceased grandmother, that was very insightful, and it was very mature of him not making light of her death, because like I said, death of a family is nothing to take light of neither, especially from a new virus that us as Americans haven't like gotten a hold of or dealt with properly. So nonetheless, that was very good on his part, because other people may not be so sympathetic, because at the end of the day, there's people's lives at stake, and however you want to move, just it's up to you. It's up to you as an individual, for sure. And it's another song I very much enjoyed, like from Mesus. Definitely looking forward to reacting to more, and I'm gonna get to reacting to that tribute made to John Lennon. So if you like this reaction video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And if it's your first time watching this reaction, be sure to do the same and let your friends, family, all that shit, let them all know about this channel. I'm going to have a lot more videos on the way come New Year's. And whatchamacallit, be sure to follow me on my social media accounts, which will be posted in the description box below. IG and Twitter, where I'll be most active on, talk my shit, give my views on everything, and just make jokes, observations, that type of shit. And I'm open for reactions, requests, whether it's music videos, songs, lyric videos, interviews, whatever the case may be, countdowns, whatever. Be sure to post them in the description, not description, be sure to post them in my DMs and inbox in my social media accounts. And if you want to react to more Mesus videos, send me the reaction requests. I got y'all. This Black G92 about to sign off. Holla at your boy. Peace.